Hello, nomad soul, and welcome back to yet another pick a card reading. Today we're going to ask tarot and oracle cards how to get your motivation back. What do you need? What steps you need to take? What information you have to know? What is important right now for you to get that motivation back? Maybe you feel very drained, tired, and you see no way out of this situation. So we're going to ask advice from the cards and see what they suggest, what they feel that it's important to you to know at the moment. So as usual, you have 4 set of cards in front of you. Each of them, they are guided by different flowers this time. So the first pile is guided by the blue flower, the second one is the yellow flower, the third one is red, and the fourth one is white. I want you to stop this video, meditate for a while if needed, see which one catches your attention, which one feels right, and then you can head over to your answer. I will leave the timestamps below in the comment section and in the description box. So now let's dive into your messages. Okay, hello, welcome back. Pile number 1. This is going to be your answer on how to get your motivation back for the ones that have chosen this really bluish set. And I really love this flower. Maybe I will leave it somewhere here in the middle so you can take a look on it and see what's your choice. So now let's open the cards and see what do they have to tell. We're going to start from the tarot cards as usual. So we have the Hierophant in here, the Fool, and 3 of coins. Okay, and now let's open the oracle cards and see the rest of the messages. So we have surrender with joy, achieve greatness through surrender, and also communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Okay, let me just tune in for a second and let me just see what kind of messages come first. As you know, I always speak without any further preparation. I just open up the cards and see what kind of information, what kind of messages get in, and I try to transmit them to you as they want to be transmitted, let's say this way. Okay, so I see first of all there is something very interesting happening in here. There is first of all these 2 cards. They're very different from each other because the Hierophant is a very wise figure in here. It's very strong figure of wisdom. It's also a figure of maturity level, very high up of experience of things lived in the past, things that you are living at the moment, and big things to come in general for you as life lessons, let's say this way, or big events in general in your life. And then on the other side you've got the Fool. The Fool card is very different because the Fool speaks about being very spontaneous, being freshly newborn into this world, or let's say into a new cycle. Okay, so for me, the first message that is coming here is that you need to change your cycles at the moment. Like you are going from one cycle to another. There is something of a refreshment almost needed in your life, because it looks like this Hierophant is like the old true self, so it's old you, which has gotten so much experience from the past, but looks like that this experience is already not enough for you and you need to spark up your life with something new, with something freshly new. The Fool many times indicate, maybe I will show you the card like closer because you can see a little bit better. I really like these images. These cards are beautiful, by the way. I'm gonna leave them in the description box if you're interested. So the Fool card many times speaks about something unexpected happening in your life, some new change that you haven't thought about in your past or even in your present, and it just comes and it brings you all that new information that actually you really needed. And okay, I'm saying fresh new information, but it's not that out of nowhere, because everything you have been growing already inside yourself for a really long time. So anything new that is going to pop out in your life, and I say new with air brackets, it's not going to be that new. It's going to be some kind of seed that has been planted already in you, and now you finally see the results. So it's a shift, it's a change, and this is actually really needed for you to get your motivation back, because Hierophant many times can be a little bit of a stagnant card, speaking about that you have been in one cycle, in one position for way too long, and it's time to move on. Although it is stable, although it is providing you with the necessities, let's say, of your life, it's time to switch things up a little bit. Now, where you can switch things up a little bit could be in job-related situations, or in career-related situations, or in general how you see your physical life, okay? What is important in your physical life. What I mean by physical life for you is your everyday details. It's how you live, where you work, what do you do in general with your time, money, and activities. So this is something physical, what you are experiencing in your body could be switched. So advices here could be looking into a new ways of spending your free time. So it could be like starting a new hobby, new job, side job, that could be complementing your normal monthly income. It could be sport related things, it could be focus on your physical body, and it could be some kind of new learnings in general. So maybe joining a new course, or upgrading your skills into something else, or maybe just, learning something that you always wanted, but you always were kind of procrastinating a little bit and saying, not today, maybe next year. So it's actually a push from the tarot cards for you to kind of not wait for tomorrow to start that new activity or that new knowledge that you always wanted to gather and acquire, and to at least start looking for it, possibilities right now. Okay, so definitely I see something like in your physical level, in your physical life needed to be changed. And this is a very interesting reading, because motivation, many times we're thinking about that it has to come from very, very deep levels of yourself. Okay, but for you, it's actually, the answer is pretty easy. It's really practical. This spread is really practical. It says, no, what you need to change to get your motivation back is to make small physical life changes. So maybe acquire again new knowledge, new steps, something freshly new start, but just don't wait for the good moment or the best moment to come to your life, because it will never do so, because you have the Hierophant cards in your energy in general, and that card is a little bit slowing you down, and it's always evaluating risks before doing things, before taking actions. And this is when you have to listen to the Fool, because the Fool stands in your presence, it doesn't stand in your past. So it's like gathering the experience you have learned from the Hierophant stage of your life and bringing it new into your new baby, and that new baby could be your new cycle or your new activity that you always wanted to do. Now, as for oracle cards, it's also very nice cards in here. I really like this image. Just look how this almost ear princess, ear spirit is raising from like air. It's like coming out of nowhere into a shape of a woman who is really powerful, who is looking into the future, who is being free and is really not restricted, because she is in a movement. So this is a card of a movement again. As we come back to the physical life changes, like there is a movement needed to be taken in here, and it comes from your spirit. It comes from your actions that you imply into your spirit, and then it starts being reactivated and going to the path where it's supposed to be all this time. And surrender with joy, achieve greatness through surrender. Sometimes, it is important to stop, reflect the past and see, okay, what I have learned, forget what was not good for me, and just move on into your new future. And then the communication is key. New moon in Gemini, this is very important. And you know, many times this card is associated with communication with others, but in your sense, I sense the communication is key to yourself. You have to communicate with yourself first of all, because looks like maybe you've been looking for some kind of signs and some kind of signals for you to start doing something new, and then maybe it should come from somebody else, you feel like, but then at the same time you didn't have a proper conversation with yourself. It looks like it's been forgotten a little bit, because the Hierophant is a very deep card. You are a deep person. It's a deep spirit, okay? So you are used to communicating with yourself and reflecting all the things that have happened and is happening in your life, but somehow this Hierophant is forgotten because you are passing into the full stage, which is natural, which is normal. But again, come back into your psyche, come back into your teachings and learnings from the past, and take what was the best from there, look back, reflect, and apply that to your present and to your future. And this is how you will get the motivation back. So it's action, it's communication with yourself, removing the past but learning from the past as well. So it's always like finding the balance and making a little switch in your life, like switch up your routine a little bit with 3 of coins. Switch up some things. Maybe instead of having your typical breakfast, I don't know, just staying in front of your computer, maybe go out if you can. Maybe try to switch things up when you go outside, let's say for a walk or where you go jogging. Maybe switch things up, routines a little bit. Some little changes are going to bring you a huge boost of motivation, and they are very easily achievable for you. I mean, it's not like a deep thing, you know. Sometimes people really, to get back the motivation, they need to dive deep into their shadow side. For you, it's something like really physical and fast, which can be fixed really, really fast as well. So this is what I wish you for, to find those little switches in your life and those little changes actually that will bring you so much new motivation and new beginnings, because new beginnings are everywhere in here. So that was a reading for the ones that have chosen this beautiful blue flower. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what next steps you're planning to take in order to get your motivation back, or maybe dreams that you had put on hold for a while, and now it's time for you to think that, okay, maybe I should get back to those ideas that I once had in my past. So tell me what those are. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2, the yellow flower. This is your choice, the beautiful goldenish, earthy toned flower. I really love it. It's actually handmade by one old lady from my home country, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to change the blue one, which was from the last reading, and I'm going to place your flower in here so you can take a look on it when you feel like your vision, your sight wants to wander around during this video. So the question was how to get your motivation back. Let's see what kind of advices tarot and oracle cards have for you, what kind of messages are important for you right now. So let's start from this pile of tarot cards. So we have 3 of Wands, the Magician, and 4 of Coins. If you hear a lot of birds chirping around, it's because it's spring in Germany, and I have windows open so that the fresh air can come in. So that's why it brings into the room the lessons, the songs of the birds, and you can maybe hear them, and I'm actually would be very glad that if you could hear them. Okay, off topic. 3 of Wands, the Magician, 4 of Coins, and as for Oracle, oh, these colors, these are so me colors. Love it. Live in the moment. What you are looking for is with you. Oh, what a wonderful message. Love, love, love it. And then also we have South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. What a wonderful message. I already love this spread, girl or boy. This is such a wonderful, overall, very positive messages in general. Okay, so let's see. I see that you have big plans. You always had big plans, and you've been always working towards achieving them in one way or another. So it could be in many different situations. It could be in personal growth, it could be in career growth, it could be in manifesting some certain relationships or whatever really is on your mind. I see that you've been always focused a lot to the future. And I see that manifestation really happening in general in your life right now. So it is a really good period if you're watching this video right now. It doesn't really matter when you're watching it. It's when the universe sends it to you. But the thing is that right now you looks like you're in a really good position of achieving basically anything you really want, and you've been working on and dreaming about, maybe this way, let's put it this way. So I see that your efforts will be paid or are being paid. So it could be in so many different areas of your life. So I see not only relationships manifesting, but also career goals manifesting. So definitely if you feel like lacking of motivation at the moment and feeling like a little bit down and that I don't know what's happening, really remove those thoughts. They are just buzzing you and they bring you nothing. It's just a little bit maybe of the situation that we are living. Maybe you've been stuck at home for a little while and you feel like inactive at the moment. Don't forget what you did before all these things happened in your life that you're experiencing right now, that you have been motivated, that you always wanted to go further, deeper, higher. Remember that. Remember who you are, because this is who you are, adventurer. You're a natural, I would say, very individualistic person. I see a lot of individualism happening in here and so many proper resources that are coming from your spirit and your body. Like you don't need anyone else to tell you what to do, where to go, what to choose. Like you were born with that knowledge. Okay, so if you feel that I am missing that knowledge right now, I'm not feeling like in the right place right now to move on my own and just to make decisions by myself, really forget and move away those toxic thoughts, because they're just coming there. Sometimes they come and go, and that's it. This is what we have to sometimes accept, that we are entering different periods and cycles of our life, and those thoughts, they come in and they go and they leave. So don't stick to them and always focus who you really are in the inside. So now I see a creation happening in here, in general, a creation, because the magician is in here. I'm going to show you the card. It's really beautiful image. I really love it. It's such a magical card. Of course it is magical because it's magician, and magician stands in your presence. So that means that you can create anything you want right now, anything. Because that's the thing. It's not because you just dream about something, oh, I wish to be this or that. It's your past that has been preparing you to finally manifest what you really, really want and what you've been really working towards. Because don't forget the Free of Wands. Free of Wands is a hard worker's card. It's someone who is dedicating its energy, time, and intelligence to something very important that they truly believe in. So it's not that something falls out of the sky, out of nowhere for you to manifest, and it's like, I don't know, like a gift to you. No, there are no gifts in life. This is actually your hard work, and I see it paying off. So if you feel like you lack motivation at the moment, what you really need to do is to focus back, refocus on your goals. What you have been trying to achieve all this time before doubts came in. What was that? Answer me. What was that? What is your goal? What you've been always wanting? What you have been always working on? What's your real dream? Your real vision for the future? Who are you? Who you always wanted to be? Take a moment to ask those questions to yourself. Because this is where I see the manifestation happening. All these answers, they are being manifested. I see stability, I see grounding, I see you creating new foundation for your life. I see you establishing your goal. I see you establishing your dream. It's not just thoughts anymore, it's actions, it's reality, it's converting into reality. And that's kind of a really important message. And maybe you are stopped at the moment because you are a little bit afraid of that future. Maybe you're a little bit afraid of your own power that you have found in the past and you're maybe rediscovering right now. As this card suggests, live in the moment. You are what you are looking for is with you. This is exactly the messages that the Magician, Three of Wands and Four of Coins are sending you. You have everything already in your hands. So maybe what you are lacking for is that little motivation, but it's just so little, it's so unimportant, to be honest, that it shouldn't be a big issue for you. Just treat it as a small, dark, maybe sometimes place or period of doubts that are coming in. But the same way they come in, they go and they leave you. So don't stick to them. Don't let them to occupy your body, your mind, or your soul, because you have everything already ready. It's just like you need that one spark, okay, in order to get into the path and to start rolling into something that you've been always wanted. And this is the moment right now. It is now. You have everything in your hands and you are ready. This is very important message. Now, there is also this doubt that is in here. This card reproduces, it speaks about your doubts. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node card. Yes, maybe, that lack of motivation comes from the past. Maybe some things were not successful in your life. Maybe you have experienced some kind of challenges that stopped you in your path of climbing up, okay, towards your goal and so on. Maybe there was some kind of mistakes made in the past that right now, with all these doubts that are coming in and that lack of motivation, it's getting more intensified, and you feel like, oh, no, maybe I shouldn't do so because, like the past events, I should learn from my past, and that past taught me that I shouldn't go to the same path twice. And this card tells you, no, you went to that path in the past, but maybe it's time to come back in the present because you're a new person, you're a different person, you have a new experience. Why not to try it again? So this is what the card is encouraging you. Maybe you have failed some kind of career goal, study goal, or relationship goal, and you felt like, what, if this didn't happen from the first time, it's not going to happen the second or the third time. And this is the mistake, exactly. This is the wrong thinking, what I see from this card, because you kind of let yourself too easily down by the things that have happened due to your inexperience, maybe, or due to things that you have not lived well or have not thought well in the past. But it's a chance, it's a new chance, it's a new path again in front of you. You really have to get back to your roots, what you've been always working on. And I see a really beautiful path in here. Really, like, this lack of motivation is just a doubt, and you have to remove doubts by stop looking into the past and stop comparing yourself in your past, because you are not you in your past. Okay, you have gone through so many things already, you have achieved so many things, so why to stop yourself now from going up, 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 and more up? Because you are destined to this. There is a huge manifestation. Again, if we are speaking about more practical things, I see maybe opening of new business, maybe changing your career or upgrading your, let's say, role or position in a company where you're working for. I see upgrades in here, and I see like you finally stabilizing somewhere where you feel very comfortable, because I see a lot of comfort in here. Like, finally, yes, exactly. I have found what I need. I have found where I belong to, and this is my place. So it's here, it's around the corner. Take it into your hands right now already and drive your life wheel towards the goal, towards your star, towards your magic that you hold inside, because it is real. It's not dreams anymore. So that is the message for the ones that have chosen the golden yellow flower. Beautiful, extremely motivating spread. I feel motivated by this energy, to be honest. It's so beautiful. It's so unique. It's so much light in here that I almost feel like, you know what, I'm gonna take, all the dreams that I had, and I'm gonna rush and just make them happen. This is the feeling that this spread produces me. So I really hope it gave you some new motivation, and you're going to start working again on your dream today. So Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe, and we will see each other next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is going to be the advice on how to get your motivation back for the ones that have chosen this beautiful red and black flower. So I'm going to leave it here in the central part if you feel like your vision is wandering and you want to just take a look on it again. So let's see what kind of advices the cards have for you on your motivation. So let's start from the tarot cards first. In here, what do we have? We have Four of Swords, okay, the Emperor and Page of Wands. Very, very interesting cards, very interesting mixture. And as for Oracle, let's see, we have Ending a Trauma, Transform Memories and Symptoms. Oh, very good message. Okay, already see where it's turning to. And also Full Moon card, Surrender to the Divine. Okay, very, very beautiful messages in here, and also a lot of messages. I feel there is so many mixed feelings, so many mixed messages, and probably you're feeling a little bit chaotic at the moment and feeling like, I don't know where is my place, I don't know where is my stability. Everything seems so uncertain, and I am uncertain myself, and I just don't know anymore. Almost I don't know anything anymore. So many different feelings happening in here. I feel you. In the recent couple of weeks probably, or just some recent past in general, I kind of sense that you were a little bit shook. So it could be that your physical body was hurted, your soul was hurted, or you just felt like a little bit you need time to reflect and time to stop. Maybe you were stopped by someone else or something else. Maybe it wasn't you who has stopped yourself, and there was some kind of interruption in general in your life. I sense kind of interruption, and it could be, again, anything physically, mentally, spiritually related. Maybe some kind of new information acquiring that has changed your kind of mindset a little bit. Maybe someone did something to you. Maybe it's your health kind of issues or something. I sense that a little bit of interruption has happened in your whole body, mind and soul system. Okay, now that's a little bit of kind of past energy I'm feeling. Now you're standing very strong and firm on the ground again, still having those doubts, and those doubts, they're coming out of a need to action. I feel that you really want to keep on rolling again and again. Like you want to break free, like you want to go somewhere where it's important to you, and you want to do it now. Like nowness, let's say this way, is a very important keyword in here. Like you feel like, you know what, I am ready. What has happened in the past, it's done. I want to get rid of this past, and I want to keep on going. I want to keep on my life. I want to catch up with the things that I have missed due to X reason that you might put yourself in. So that's a very strong message, because, you know, like we have here the Emperor card, which is a very strong, very firm figure. It's also a card speaking of domination in general, taking a wheel into your hands and really driving through this life, being a strong leader of your life, not only your life, but also life of others, also career, and so on. And Page of Wands here signifies like a new urge to action, a new urge to gain new information and make changes. So changes in general are needed to be done. What kind of changes, you might ask? Well, first of all, we must come back to the oracle cards, and especially this one, because it says ending a trauma, transform memories and symptoms. Exactly. Transform the Four of Swords energy into the Emperor and Page of Wands. This is a mindset shift, first of all. If you have been dealing, let's say, with anxiety or very dark moments in general in your life, in the recent past. It's time to get rid of them. It's time to move on. It's time to, maybe if you're still stuck in this position, because it could be that you're still stuck in here, like you say, what do you speak about? The imperial new urge of anything. If I don't feel that I want to do anything, I just want to lay on my bed and cry and to be small and to be dark and to be little. And this is exactly the push from the cards. It's a new motivation that you need to find within yourself. Nobody else can find it. You need to find the wisdom, you need to find the strength, you need to find the solution. And it could come through so many different patterns and ways. Maybe it's seeking for a mental health advisor. Maybe you need psychologist help. Maybe you need help from others. Maybe you just need help from yourself and apply self-therapy and self-love to yourself to really get rid of those dark feelings and inactivity that you are experiencing at the moment. Maybe it's the past trauma, as this card suggests, that is affecting you so much until now that it's even ridiculous sometimes. You would say, but how these things that have happened in the past way long ago and shouldn't be affecting me anymore are still affecting me? Why am I so stupid that they let them to affect me? Those are natural thoughts. Let them be. It's okay to feel this way, but don't let them to become material. Don't let them to become your body and your soul. Recognize them and let them go as well. Release them. You need to release the toxicity. You need to release the anxiety. You need to release doubts and fears, and especially people from your past that you are still, or maybe you were stuck with for way too long, especially in your heart and your mind. Maybe it's a breakup, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's friendship, maybe it's someone else, who knows. It's time to release them. People from the past, they have no effect on your presence. And this is kind of one of the main messages really that you have to take from this reading. Like nobody from your past can really influence you anymore. And the more they influence you is the more you let them in. So basically you can't control how much of that influence goes into you. So it's definitely in your hands. It's not in their hands, like you say, no, but they keep on coming, texting me, reappearing in my life, and they just really pop out in my heart, mind, and soul. And this is exactly the wrong thinking, because I see that you let them back, basically in your thoughts and your soul. You need to cleanse yourself out of all these people and those thoughts and those past traumas, basically. Not let them to occupy your presence, because past doesn't matter anymore. And that's the thing. What you have to accept in here, past is past. It's gone. It's gone. And the old me with that past is also gone. This is my new creation. This is my new me. This is kind of a really strong message, because also you've got the full moon card. The full moon is the releasing energy, you know that. It's like getting rid of, washing yourself clean, and removing all the things that have happened, that have accumulated like a dust on your heart and your soul. It's like cleansing them out, wiping them away completely, getting rid of, absolutely, burning them sometimes. Drastically, could be. Don't be a good person. And if there is someone reoccurring happening in your life and coming back to you, and you feel like too weak to say no to them and to push them away, do so. Learn that. Learn the strength, because this is exactly who you are and what you need. And this is the Emperor standing in your presence, which basically is a card of leadership. It's taking everything in its own hands. So your motivation is in here. Your motivation has to be in your hands. It can't be affected. It can't be controlled from your past, or especially people from the past that are still manipulating you. Let that new fresh air into you, those new actions. Cut the cords that are not working for you anymore. Learn to say no. Just really say sometimes even harsh words to people. Even if you're afraid how they're gonna react, say that. Be strong. Be strong. This is what is needed. The really strong cleansing out energy is in here. Very strong. Like recycling some of the things from your life are needed here because they are stopping your motivation from flowing. They're stopping your energy from flowing into who you are, what you want to achieve, and so on. And this is, again, something so unimportant because it is from the past. It's not something that is important in your present. It gives you nothing. It gives nothing to your present. Exactly. And this is the time. It's again, it's up to you. Again, you shouldn't be waiting for science from somewhere else, someone else to fix you. You have to fix yourself, and you have everything you need ready in front of you. So why not to take this opportunity of this beautiful spring? At least in Europe, it's spring. It's an energy of cleansing, rebirthing. It's an energy of starting freshly new out, and you have everything you have for that. Like there is Emperor, there is Page of Wands, energy, fire, a lot of it in here. A lot of new initiatives are in here. So why not to use them for yourself finally? Take care of yourself. That's very, very important message. So that was a message for the ones that have chosen this beautiful red and black flower. I really hope you enjoyed your messages from the cards. I really hope it brings you that new information of cleansing out your spaces, mind space, head space, heart space, home space, your space in general. So I really hope you enjoyed, and we will see each other next time very soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. We're going to ask cards how to get your motivation back, and this is going to be the answer for the 4th pile, for the ones that have chosen this beautiful beigey white flower. So I'm going to leave it here in the central part of the table so you can look at it whenever you feel like. Sometimes our vision just wanders around. It's good. Sometimes we like to catch some details that we see in front of, and that's also important. So I really want the space to be as pleasant as possible for you. So let's open the cards and let's see what do they suggest. Let's open the tarot first. Wow, look, so many. Okay, I see already all 3 major arcana cards. So we've got the moon card in here. What a message, what a beautiful imagery. Just look at it. It's so peaceful, actually. So much peace in here, I see. Also, we've got the Hermit card in here. Loneliness, alone time, deep reflection is in here. Okay, that's going to be a strong reading. I already sense that. And the Hanged Man is also in here, seeking for new perspectives and seeing things from a different point of view as well. You know what? I could spend 2 hours only analyzing these 3 cards. So there is also so many messages coming in. So I will try to be as precise as possible. You always know when I open the cards, I never know what they're going to be, and I let the first messages to come in as they have to go. Okay, so this is going to be a strong reading, I sense. And let's see the oracle cards just to finish off, and let's start combining all the energies and the messages that are coming in. So we've got the slow down to relax card, which says break to enjoy the beauty around you. Okay, beautiful card. Just look at the imagery as well. It's like eternity almost. I sense a lot of eternity in here. I sense forever peace in here. I sense so much depth in here. Many deep messages in here, as you can see. And also this card is a void, of course, moon. Nothing will come of this situation. Okay, so many messages to reflect. If you can just take a look on all these cards, just to see the image, how they look like. Rarely it happens, but many of them, they share something in common. So we have a lot of moons in here. Okay, so there is moon, of course, the moon card itself with a huge full moon in here. We also have full moon in here. This looks almost like a full moon, okay, like the cycle that never ends, a spiral. Also almost like a moon message. The Hangman, the head of this hangman almost looks like a moon as well, like a full moon as well. And the Hermit has in the horizon either a rising sun or a setting down sun or a moon, who knows. But here is also like a circle. There is light. As you can see, we have moonlight everywhere in every single picture almost that we see in the cards. So that's an interesting detail. Actually, I really wanted to spot that because this rarely happens. Again, as tarot reader, these kind of details, they really bring so much new things to think about and to reflect, and I will try to do my best to reflect the messages through me, through my voice, so that they can get into you, into your mind, soul, and body. Okay, so the question was how to get your motivation back, basically. I think that this is not the most important question to ask for, to be honest. And if you're asking yourself this question and you're wondering, oh, where is my motivation? Where did it go? I think the real question should be somewhere deeper. There is something deeper to ask than that, okay? And I know that this might sound a little bit conflicting and unclear, and maybe you say, what do you mean? What means that thing? But somehow I've sensed that you know what I mean, because you're a very deep person. There is so much depth in you. There is so much depth in your thoughts, feelings, emotions, your body, your experience, the way you see life, the way you live life. It's so deep that, of course, it is sometimes important to understand that the questions that are arising in your everyday mind, they kind of hide some other more important questions underlaying in your psyche, in your mind. So if you're asking about motivation, I would ask maybe to yourself, but what do you mean by motivation? Why you need to get it back? What are you truly looking for with that motivation? What is it? Because I don't know, like these cards really open to that discussion. Okay, I see a lot of solitude time in here. So if we just really stick plainly to this question of motivation, I sense that you really are coming from a time of solitude. You are still in time of solitude, and you will remain for a bit in this solitude. And let me tell you, this solitude is not a negative experience. This solitude is not a negative feeling. I see a comfort in it. Like all of these cards, they're very calm. They're very protective. They are very focused into the deep interior waters. And I don't see issues in them. And I see that you are finding, and you are in the process already, and still you will be in this process of finding such depths in you. It's not only to learn about yourself, who you really are, what you want, but it's also like almost like the secrets of life are within you. You're looking for those answers and they are in you, and you are discovering them slowly, step at a step, little by little, every day. There is some kind of purification happening here as well. It's like you are going from one cycle to another, and you are following this natural flow. It looks like you're so much growing into something very big, very wise, very intelligent, very deep. So this is kind of the feeling that I'm getting, that this kind of spiral and this kind of reflection is absolutely what you need right now. So if we're speaking about motivation, many times we imagine motivation as an action, as a fire energy, as something to start over or start from new, from scratch. But for you, it's like slowing down and not jumping into new initiatives. So definitely this is not time to make changes. It's not time to become someone new that you are imagining of becoming. I feel like you're very complete already as you are. You don't need to change that much, to be honest. And you might be feeling very alone and misunderstood in this life, and especially by people around you. Maybe they're telling you why you're always alone, why you're always sitting in your room and not going out, why you're not making new friends, why you're not doing more new activities, why you're not going to this place or that place or whatever, occurs in their minds. And the thing is that your place is your mind, your place is your interior world, and so far I don't see problems with that. I see that you need to be here because this is your cycle, because this is where you're going to discover things as well. So accepting it as a natural flow is actually the motivation that you should be seeking for. Not being like everyone else, running, rushing into the action, into the fire energy, into doing something else, into doing something new, into becoming something. Like, no, for you it's time, as this card suggests, slow down to relax as well. It's a card of reflection. It's a card of being in a moment and just letting the moment stay in you and not expecting too much from it, not expecting too much from you or other people. Break to enjoy the beauty around you. It's like you're almost creating the world around you. The beauty, nature is around you. They are all giving you strength and that force to further discoveries. And this is what I see in you, like you're so aligned with the universe, with nature, with the world. Maybe recently you have been feeling like such a huge urge and I don't know, something like a strong feeling of being within you because you felt it's the only right decision in your life. And maybe it comes with no action at all, like no action at all. It's like a philosopher's spread I see in here, where you sit on your stone in the middle of the nature, drinking your tea, looking to the moon and just reflecting whatever happens in your mind and your life. And this is kind of the moment you have to be in, and this is actually the motivation that you have to seek for. Maybe on the contrary, you have been running around a lot and having so many thoughts that like a carousel, like a roller coaster, like never stopping, but maybe now it's the time to actually stop yourself and to reflect. It could be both ways, of course. It really depends who is watching this video, of course, but the advice from the cards is to slow down, reflect, because there is a deep lesson to be learned, or lessons. Could be many things in here. And I see so much growth in here, like such a huge interior growth that is actually life-changing. You are in a period of life-changing events and life-changing discoveries, okay? So that's why it's important to live this moment slowly, reflect it fully, and don't rush, because this is going to set the foundation for the rest of your life. And maybe the situation that we're living in is actually beneficial for you because it finally has stopped you and made you think and made you reflect, and you always needed that. Could be. Now, with this card, you might ask, nothing will come of this situation. It's speaking about physical events. If you are thinking about some kind of relationships, or maybe something like new ideas that have recently occurred to you, I sense that they are not important to focus on, definitely. And maybe you've been starting out with some kind of a person or something like this. I sense that it's not the moment for that. It's time to be alone. It's the answer to all your questions. And it's nothing negative about that. So it's like stopping the physical life a little bit and going into the spiritual life as well. So this is kind of like the focus that you need to be having at the moment, to not be so focused on your everyday life maybe and everyday small details, but to go deeper. This is the kind of a reminder of this message, not to waste your energy to the things that are not that important. And definitely whoever is watching this video will apply that to their own situation for sure. Very deep spread. As you can see, I'm slowing down when I speak because this energy slows me down. And I almost feel like going to meditation right now. I'm not joking, really. It's something like you could stay and meditate with all these 5 cards for hours, really, because they are so deep and so eye-opening, that I really hope that this will be a motivation for you to go on that deep meditation, because this is too strong and too deep to cover just in 10 minutes, to be honest. It is too much. But at least because I see that you're a wise, intelligent person, so I sense that this is the spark maybe that you need to go into that meditation and start discovering all those things hidden in there. And oh boy or girl, you're going to find so much in there. This is exciting. I like this spread. It is a good philosopher's spread that is going to build the foundation. It is a little bit of a sacrifice in here because maybe you will sacrifice your social life and some kind of motivation that is active. Yeah, might be sacrifice that activation, but it will bring way more than that in the future and in the present. So, wow, beautiful. Maybe start writing a journal or, some notes of your thoughts, feelings, because I think that this is going to be something big out of it, and it would be worth in a time to read back what you have written, what you have outgrown, and what you have experienced. So that was a spread for the ones that have chosen this beautiful white flower. If you enjoy my content, my videos, please like and subscribe, and we will see each other next time soon. Bye-bye.